Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've had the Land Rover, I've had my Range Rover about a year now, and I always like to get it serviced and get the oil changed. I mean, I'll do it like within a year or so. I've only done about 5,000 miles, but I like to keep on top of it. You know what I mean? The cost of one of these 4.4 TD V8 engines must be horrendous. You know what I mean? If you wanted to buy one new or you needed to replace it, so what's the cost of some oil? You know what I mean? And a couple of filters and that, like. So plus I've had an issue recently where my aircon and my heater blower stopped working. I had a quick look on the net and people say it's like a heater regulator, which is, I'm guessing it's like a speed resistor thing, or it's a heater blower, the blower motor. So what I did, because it was, well, I say it was due for a service, nothing was coming up or anything, but I like to keep on top of my services, you know what I mean? And I've had it nearly a year now, and we're due to go on holiday soon, and we're taking the Range Rover, like. So I wanted to make sure everything was all right and that, and I want to keep the stamps in the book. So because I want to keep the stamps in the book, you know, to keep the car worth what it's worth, you know what I mean? These cars started off for like 90. I think this, when I did a HPI check on this, it was like 96 grand new, you know what I mean? And it's mad how prices drop. You know, this is like 11 years old or something now, like, and it's quite affordable to buy, isn't it? But to keep the price up, say I come to sell it, you know, like second hand, when I come to sell it privately, you know what I mean, I'm going to want to get the best price for it, and the best price, to get the best price, is to have it serviced and have the book stamped, you know what I mean? Because I don't mind doing a bit of mechanical stuff myself. So what I did is I booked it into the local specialist, my favourite place, Ian Barclay's. It's down in Rock Ferry, and he does all 4x4s, but he does a lot of Land Rovers, you know, as you can guess. They do have a big reliability, like, issue, don't they? Well, people say they do, like. So I booked it in there, and I said to one of the lads there while it was in getting serviced, I said, me heater blower isn't working. And he goes, oh, we can test that to see if it's the regulator or the motor. And I said, please, if you don't mind, like, that'd be awesome. I said, and then I can order the part or whatever. When I had a quick look on the Google, the heater, I think it's a heater resistor regulator or whatever, is it? That is not a big issue to change. But the blower motor, half of the dash has to, well, I think it's like 90% of the dash has got to come out to change the blower motor. So I was like, fingers crossed it wasn't the blower motor. When I collected the car, Barry, one of the lads that works there, he said, I've tested it and it's a regulator. They call it the hedgehog, they nickname it the hedgehog because it looks like a little hedgehog. He said, what I would do, John, don't waste your time on aftermarket ones on eBay and stuff. He goes, buy a genuine Land Rover one because it's going to last. He goes, the aftermarket ones don't last as long, he said, and a genuine Land Rover one's going to last, you know what I mean, the lifetime of you having the car. So I was like, sound alright. So I phoned up Land Rover Liverpool, and they've ordered me one in. So I'm just going to go and whip over there today and go and collect it. So we'll have a little walk around there and see what nice Land Rovers are about. I love going there because there's some nice Range Rovers and stuff. Plus I want to see what this new Defender's like, you know what I mean? Just have a quick peeky around it and that, like. Do quite like the idea of this Defender, like. I love coming to this place, Hatfields. See all the new Range Rovers and stuff. Oh, we got a few Defenders in, the new Defender. I like the look of them, they're well smart. I've just come out of Hatfields then. Heater regulator. Well, it says switch heater blower. And it's £156 it's just cost me, with VAT included. Which is a lot of money, like, don't get me wrong, that is a lot of money. But when you consider the car was like just under 100 grand new 10, 11 years ago, I mean, it's not actually that bad, is it? and there's a genuine Land Rover, well, genuine Land Rover part, which is a Valio one. It's not actually that bad, is it? And when I looked on eBay, like copy ones, should we say aftermarket ones, were like £80 odd. So for a genuine Land Rover one to pay a little bit more extra, I think it's worth it, you know what I mean? So I'll head off home now, and I'll have a go fitting it. It doesn't look that much of a hard job. It looks pretty tricky, like. Tell you what, there's some lovely stuff in that Land Rover in it. There's some lovely stuff. I love going to the Hatfields, but every time I go there, I realise how poor I actually am, you know what I mean? I'd love one of them SVRs, Range Rover SVRs there. Bloody lovely them. 5 litre V8 supercharged bloody thing. Oh, there's some lovely ones there. I won like for 98 grand or something, or 99 and then 96 grand. Tell you what, if money weren't an object, that's what I'd have one of them, like. When I went to the Barco's, I thought I'd just tell you how much the service cost. So the service cost, I got an oil service, but I asked them to change both front air filters at the same time. Plus they've diagnosed whether it was the heater blower motor or the heater, I think it's a regulator switch or whatever they call it. And that cost me £190, which I think is pretty fair, like, considering how many litres of oil the car takes. And I had both both air filters changed. There's two, because there's 2 banks on a V8, isn't it? So I think that's fair, and you get the stamp in the book, and the lads check over the whole car as well at the same time while they're at it, you know, see if there's any other faults or anything. I have confidence going to that garage, you know what I mean? I like the lads there, and I've always got on with Ian, you know, the owner of the garage, like, and he's sound, like, and I just don't like going to main dealers, you know, to get service work and that. I don't think they look after you as well as, you know, like, not like, I wouldn't say a backstreet garage, but as well as a specialist, you know, like a local specialist, like. And I like to keep people in business, you know what I mean, local people in business, like. So the faults I was getting with the heater motor was I wasn't getting any speeds, anything with the blower motor running at all, nothing at all, no speeds, no nothing. When you switched it on, all the lights would light up. The heated seats were working because they're on the same switcher, and none of the aircon would work, but the rear blowers were working, you know, because there's a separate blower motor on the rear for the rear seats. All that was working. The heated seats were working, but none of the fans were working in the front. So, you know what I mean, and they've diagnosed it to be this regulator switch. So that's why I've ordered one. So I've had to remove this panel, which was one T20 torque screw, and then 3 trim clips here, which you just get a trim tool and prise it off. And then I've had to undo, there was a small panel here, which is 3 torque screws to undo to get access. I don't know if you can see it. Have a look. Can you see it? There it is there. So that's what I've had to replace. There's the old one. Bit of a bugger to do, like, but easy enough for a DIY mechanic. So I'll box this up. Should we try it out to make sure it works? Hold on. Yeah, man. Full blowers, awesome. So they're the two bits of trim out to remove. So I'll box this back up now. Good job done. So, alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and it gave you a bit of information, and I'll see you soon. All right, take it easy. Laters.